afternoon, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie, and I'm coming to you live on Thursday, a day late, but I am coming to you live from my cottage. So, moving, transitioning to the cottage. If you follow me at all, you know that that's sort of my summer routine. And if you are on my mailing list, hopefully you read the bit in my email last week saying that I was going to be starting to spend time at the cottage and we're doing a renovation, and I don't really know quite what my summer is going to look like. I am going to do my very, very best to come to you live with Craft Spot each week, generally on a Wednesday. But we got up yesterday morning and there was no power. And I don't know why. It was sunny out. It was a lovely spring day, not super warm, but a lovely spring day up here. Uh, and the memo from Hydro said they expected that power would be restored by 4 p.m. It's like, what's going on? I don't know what went on, but the power did come back. But yeah, we spent the day without power. That was fine. We do have a generator, so the fridge was fine. We could turn the pump on. We could get water. So we did that a couple times throughout the day. And we spent the day outside and we got both the docks in, which is lovely because it's so nice at the cottage when the docks are in, for two reasons. Number one, you can go out and sit in the party pod at the end of the dock. But number two, you don't have all the dock bits all over your front yard, which is not the nicest view. So that was a great day of work there yesterday. My brother has come up for a few days and he's helping Steve. Well, he helped us get the docks in yesterday, and today they started to take the siding off the end of the cottage where we're going to put the addition on. So work is beginning. We have contractors helping with some of the first foundation stuff and the floor or the roof tying into the old cottage. And then after that, it'll be Steve. So we're taking the siding off because we're hoping we can salvage enough of it to reuse it on the new end. It's not the cottage isn't getting any bigger on the end, so it'll be the same size, different window configuration, that sort of thing. But we'll see what we can use. So we'll work that out as we go. But anyway, it started. It's all very exciting. And I was out there, helping hold, helping pick up, helping, take the boards that they pulled off, that sort of thing. And that's the kind of work that I will be doing this summer. And so I don't know when I'll be needed and when I can go live and all the rest of it. But as I have said, I will do my very best to be live at least once a week. Uh, generally, generally Wednesday afternoon at 4 p.m. That's my goal. And that's often the point in the day where everybody's kind of like, oh, that's enough work. That's been a long day. Let's take a break and have a bevy or something, but take a break anyway. So hopefully this will all work out. But I'll keep you posted. Anyway, let me just see whether anybody has found me here. I had intended to put a post up on my Great Stamping with Connie Facebook page to say, missed yesterday, which I did post about. I was hoping to put up another post today saying, gonna try it today at 4 o'clock. Kind of like, oh, oops, that's enough work. That's been a long day. Let's take a break. Got the volume up over there, so we don't need that. We don't need to hear me twice. Oh, okay. And I'm not sure I have all the camera and the lights and all the things set up exactly right just yet, but I think we have it okay for today. And if you can see behind me at all, there's cartons of cardstock there. There's ink in the middle, which is not really where it goes. It's usually over on my desk here. There's one little lonely cutter over there that I just pulled out. My scoreboard is still, oh, no, it is on the counter here, but nothing's set up yet. So you know how sometimes I kind of wing it with you? Well, yeah, that'd be today. But we have some stuff that I wanted to share. So shall we get to that? I'm trying to see if anybody's on there. If you are joining me today, do say hello. Let me know that you are here. And we will head down here. Look, we are back at the cottage and the fun paper pumpkin grid paper that is always fun. Okay, so here's what we are going to do today. The other night, like half an hour after I arrived, I did host my Tuesday night paper pumpkin party. We did get that in. And so I was working on paper pumpkin. This is the April kit. It is called Inked Occasions, and you have to just like, here's the box. Do you love it already? It's just how lovely is that? Pinks and purples and greens, and oh, my lighting is not good here. I will have to figure this one out. Like I said, I don't have everything quite set up yet. I have another light that I can add, and I think I may need to do that. But for today, I'll tilt and hold and lift, and hopefully you'll be able to see things okay. So, paper pumpkin, April kit. It is delightful. So here is the first card. Look at this. Hugs. And there's different sentiments. I used a different sentiment on this card than what the instructions suggested, but that's the beauty of this. You can do it any way you wish. So I said, hugs, sending my love. And then there's some little butterflies in there. This is gold foil. I'm not sure whether you can see that it is in fact shiny or not, but it is. And these are punch outs, but this is a stamp. The ink spot this month was Berry Burst, so that is a delightful color. And then the second card, I'm not sure this was second or third, but this second one I'm showing you, it says, congratulations, you are amazing. Has these gold leaves and some filigree stuff, gold running through the card base here. So again, it is delightful. I'm not sure if you can hear the noise in the background, but I didn't tell the others that I was going to go live, so I'm going to just grab the door. Although that should keep the people's voices out. It may or may not keep the cats out because they can come through the one window that we keep open, because it's not really a window. But anyway, here's the third card. And it's a thinking of you, and it has these beautiful, delicate flowers and everything. This is one punch out piece that gives you all of this, and it's popped up on dimensionals, and then that is stamped on the sentiment piece is shaped to what you're stamping. So that one you kind of have to use you can't really stamp congratulations on here. It would look a little funny because the congratulations fits on there, but you could always cut a piece of white cardstock if you wanted to change that up at all. So those are the cards. Here are the stamps. Not sure whether you'll be able to read this. Probably not. So we've got thinking of you, congratulations, and hugs. Those are the big ones. Then we have you are amazing. I'm here for you. Sending my love on your retirement and to the happy couple. So we've got wedding, we've got retirement, we've got congratulations, which could be any multitude of things. Hugs, I'm here for you. So, kind of some sympathy or illness, or like it covers just a really wide range of events. So that is always a wonderful thing. So there are, of course, all these beautiful pieces, and I was thinking, maybe I should, do a bit of a scrapbook layout. I have not planned this, though. True confession, or honest confession, I have not planned what this scrapbook layout may look like, but it's Craft Spot, and I invite you to join my crafting adventure because that's kind of where it goes often. So I'm just going to pull out a couple of things. So this is the punch out for the flower piece, and this is the the gold leaves. This is just, someone said, why do we have this circle in the middle? That's just to have a nice big piece to secure it to the card, or in this case, perhaps to the layout. Have the word hugs. I might use that. And then so I've got a couple of the card bases. The third card base is right. Nope, it's right here. One of those. And then the envelopes, I believe, are all the same. So this is, yes, they all look the same. So we'll just take one of those. We might open that up and use it. There's just a little bit of color on the edge here, but we'll see as we go. So there's some pieces, and I have also pulled out some two-tone cardstock. If you are not familiar with two-tone cardstock, it is new to us at Stampin' Up. It is one of the things that Close to My Heart had. They had it, and in our new annual catalog that starts next Tuesday, we will have it in every one of our colors. So that's they have done just an awesome job of getting all the scrapbooking stuff going, because it is just 1 year since that all happened, and the Close to My Heart people were told that Close to My Heart was no longer going to remain in business, and Stampin' Up came and said, but you have a home with us, you are welcomed with open arms, and we are so grateful that they joined Stampin' Up, because it means that Stampin' Up now has a scrapbooking line, and we're very excited about that. If you have not seen the scrapbooking workshop kits, you definitely need to check them out. They are marvelous. Awesome job of kits. Lots and lots of goodies in your package that you can craft with, either following the instructions. There's lots of instructions on how to do the layouts, or you can, go off grid and create your own things, just as we do with our card kits, like Paper Pumpkin. Here we go. Okay, so there's those pieces that I am going to play with. And I was thinking, well, so if you pull out the instruction sheet that I have right here, you can see what coordinating colors are in this kit. So down here, so I'm on the back, here's the front, I'm on the back. Coordinating Stampin' Up colors: Berry Burst, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Gorgeous Grape, Highland Heather, Peach Pie, and Pool Party. So that's all your pinks and purples. And then you've got Pool Party, you've got Peach Pie, which is the orange color. And so at first I thought, well, I could do it on orange. And I thought, oh, I could do it on Pool Party. I do not have Highland Heather 12 by 12 paper yet. I don't think. I didn't bring it if I did. But then I thought, oh, what about this? What about black? And then these pinks and purples will just, I think they are just going to pop. And we will have some gold. And so I'm thinking, oh, I think I'm going to like that. So this is the black two-tone cardstock. You can see, maybe you can see, can you tell? Yes, that's quite, some of them seem more different than others, but this is black, and then it's like a very dark charcoal color. So you can use it either way. I think I'm going to go completely with the black. And then I have pulled out some Pool Party and some Peach Pie. I have done some other things with Pool Party, so I have some of that. Oh, I do have some White Willow somewhere as well that I may need. There's just one small piece there, but I think I'm going to start with the Peach Pie. And I'm thinking we'll go across the bottom. This one is, I just pulled out one piece, so can we see? This one is not dramatically different. It is a little bit darker on this side, but it's not as dramatically different as some of them. So I'm thinking we're gonna go 2 inches, and I am just winging this, making it up as I go along. But I do like straight lines and angles and those sorts of things. And I'll be honest, this isn't going to be the fanciest layout you have ever seen because that takes a little more planning. I tend to draw those or like sketch them out at least in advance just because well, it seems like a wise thing to do. And then do I have 2 inches here? Not sure. No, I don't think I have 2 inches there. Let's just start with this larger piece and then and we'll have enough. So I want 1 inch of this. No. And then I think that I am just going to put this right along the bottom with the 1 inch. That's the lighter side. This darker side. The 1 inch right above it, and then we'll go from there, perhaps, and see where we want to go after that. Okay, now I did mention that I had not unpacked. I have not. I have no adhesive out yet. Did I use the other night? Came with dimensionals, I think. Okay, adhesive. We have that. We have that here. We can do this. See, this is why I tell you it's a crafting adventure. At least I give you the goods up front. This is the dark side. Do we want the dark or the light? Maybe the light. Let's just stick with the light. That was sort of my first thought. So we'll just stick with that. Oh, all sorts of things going on here that are not needed. Peach pie and my pool party. I'm just gonna put this here. Bring my sheet back in. It's the thing with doing scrapbooking online. You have to move a lot of stuff in and out, I think, because if you're gonna see it at all, you want to be somewhat close. And if you're somewhat close, it's hard to get, you certainly can't get the whole 24-inch wide layout into your camera space generally. I don't think. I don't know, maybe there's a way. Maybe people use those what do they call them? Wide angle lenses or something. I don't think I have one of those on my phone, which is what I use for my camera. So we're gonna wing that part. Okay, so there's one, and I'm gonna do the same thing for the other pieces. And I just want to make sure I put my adhesive on the same side. So those are the sides that get the sticky bits. And I, of course, do not know what photos are going to go in here because, it's, there's a lot of scrapbookers that want their layout colors to match their photo colors. So they have to know what pictures they're trying to do before they set up their layout. I am more of a I don't know, a laissez-faire, a scrapbooker. I make the layouts and then I go through and I find pictures later that I want to put on that. It's like, oh, that would work for this, and then off I go. Sometimes I do it the other way around if there's something in particular I'm trying to accomplish, but a lot of times I just do a layout because I just really enjoy putting these layouts together, and I don't know what photos are going to end up on them in the final analysis. But again, it's like card making, right? No right or wrong, just different. And whatever works for your taste is correct. There we go. So that's the beginning. And then I was thinking, what about something down here? Maybe even just a very narrow strip of something. I don't know what colors I have, but I'm going to pull over my box and take a look. I do have Petunia Pop, but I don't know that that's what I want with kind of in between those two. It's not terrible, to be honest, but what is this? This is pretty in pink, I think. But tell me back here if I just look. Oh, bubble bath. Yes, of course, bubble bath. So I don't think I want bubble bath. That is wrong tone. Oh, we might consider this. Just gonna see what else I brought. Because of course, when I left, I didn't really know what I was going to do while I was here, and I did not bring everything yet. I'm going home tomorrow, so then I will have an opportunity to bring some additional things to the cottage. We want soft sea foam. I do have pretty in pink. That would be the other one, but I don't think that's not as good as the Petunia Pop, is it? Or the other thing is we could do a patterned paper. I haven't really looked at what I have in my patterned paper. I'm not sure that's the right place to be going. What do we have in this one? Boho Blue, Calypso Coral, Crumb Cake, Lost Lagoon, Old Olive, and Wild Wheat. No, those colors are all very different. So that's not what we're after. Not that you could use designer series paper, but that would take a lot of thought at this point, and hurts my brain just to think about it. So what about what do we think? Is that too many? Might be a little bit too much on the, I mean, it's all the colors that are here, but I'm not sure at this point. Unless I do. I'll cut. See, this is where if you've drawn it out, you would have a little more idea what you're after. I have not done that, but look, I'm going to take one of these. These are the same size. And I'm just going to see how big this is. This is 3 inches. So if I do, oh, hello, Oscar. I'm sure we don't need your assistance with this. Could you, do you mind? You've got a fluffy tail in the camera. So, yeah, he's, it's Oscar, right? He's got to come and see and say hello and let everybody know that he too is at the cottage. So just for fun, I'm going to cut this at 6 inches, and then I'm going to go corner to corner and make 2 triangles. And perhaps we will do something with this. So we've got that. And then we could have, oh. So if you flip it over, it is the light. The alternative is that we, nope. Oh, yes, we could do it on the second side. So let me cut this other one. So if I cut this, I want straining my brain. So I'm going to cut this one the other way around, I think. I think I want to cut it this way. I'm not sure. We will go with, lighter or darker, depending on how this all works out, because I'm not positive I've cut this correctly, but this is both the same color. And I'll just stick it here because you can see this page. I wouldn't do it here, but I would do it on the outer edge of this one. Like that. Just kind of for some edging. I kind of like that. I think that could work. And then we'll hit the ground with the other smaller decorating. But this just gives a little angle, little interest. And I think I want it all the same. I think we're going to go all dark. We're not going to get into too many variations of color here. So, all right. Let me just set this aside so I have room to put adhesive on this, which was over here. There. One. So we're going to go in this corner, right up to that edge. There we go. And then we're going to come, oops, sorry, I'm off camera. There we go. Hopefully that's better. Down and cover up here for this one so I can get it right where I want it. I'm going to turn this. Let's be smart about this. Let's put it where you can see both edges that you are trying to look at. Oh, one fell swoop. There we go. I'm going to bring in this piece. This is going to be the other side. So these are going to go on this edge. Okay, and these are going to go, that's the top. This is the bottom. Bottom's in the camera at this moment, so we're good. There we go. And then flip this around so I can reach it. I have a clock for this room, but the battery, it was running, but the battery seems to have died overnight. And I've looked up there 3 or 4 times already just to kind of see what the time is. And of course, the time is 0 because the clock is not running. Yes. Okay, so there we go. So there's the 2 pieces. And then we just start, playing with these bits and pieces. So these card bases, what do we want to do with them? I'm going to cut them in half because It is not a card base, and we don't want it looking too much like a card base. Just take a smidge. Spot itty bitty edge up a little bit. So I'll grab my paper snips, but I'm also going to grab this cutter because it does the little bitty bits better. That one's okay. And but while we're here, let's do this one. Just bit off. I'm just getting rid of the crease because this was a card base. It was scored in the middle, so it's a little bit thinner. And then you have a nice smooth edge. Now these, so this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's not really photo size, but it could be brought down to photo size. But I don't think I want to use that as a mat because holy mackerel, we don't want to cover that up. That would be criminal. But this one, this really could be a nice photo mat because it is very fancy. So in a 4 by 6 photo, you're going to have to do some sort of funky trimming to use this as your mat. But I'm sure there is a photo out there that would fit very nicely into that. Let's see, it is it's a little under 5, so you could certainly do 4 1/2 by 3 1/2 might be pushing it, but let's just see. 4 1/2 would give you about 1/4 of an inch, and then in here, you're kind of 3 1/4. So 4 1/2 by 3 1/4. I'll probably find a photo that could get trimmed to that. I can make it fit. I just lost a button off of something somewhere. Not sure where, but excuse me. Okay, and I'm going to trim off. And this is just lovely modeled, marbled, colored stuff. I could do some die cuts with that. We could cut it in half. I think this one, oh, could cut this in half, couldn't we? We cut this at 3 inches, or if we cut it right at the edge of this, you could do not a lot of journaling, but a little bit of journaling on it. That might work. Maybe we'll just chopping it. We'll see later, but yeah, you could just have a little bit of journaling in here. And then you still have this. This could have something coming out the bottom of it. And a photo. So at this point, you just start kind of playing with things, right? You just, see what you like, see what you think, move things around, and then you have a layout. Don't know whether this might need a title, so we're going to just put this down here because we want to leave room for that. And then maybe a little bit of journaling in here. I think get a colored die cut or so. Oh, wait a minute. Just a minute. Look. That's where you put stuff like this. Okay, and then a title. I have to cut some letters for a title. I don't know what the title will be yet. For that, you do kind of need to find your photos, right? So I'll just sort of stick this in here as a bit of a placeholder for my title. And then the other one, do something like, here's a photo that'll just get nicely framed. This could be another something coming up. And then we could cut letters out of some of this, couldn't we? pretty. Maybe we do another one. Then I would want this over a bit and cut. Do you want some of this? Maybe just in 3, or this could. Options. What do we want in there? Wait a minute. Look. We want this on the black. Wouldn't that be beautiful? And then this could go underneath here. I don't know what we could want for the small photo, and that may not be right. But I like that on the black. Maybe this becomes a narrower strip just of some color with a little something. I'm going to leave it whole for now. It goes this way. This goes this way. This comes into the center there. This could come over. And I don't know what we put here. We might put something in here. I don't think we're going to put that in there. That's not quite what I'm after. Well, no, it's not bad, but I don't think so. But there you have a layout. So at this point, you just have to, you can either commit and make some decisions, or you could actually go and find your photos at this point. I know that's not all in there, is it? So this is one side of it, and this is the other side. Easy peasy, right? Just using bits and pieces from your paper pumpkin, adding some angles and some elements. I could do a little bit of, could maybe stamp something down here too, couldn't I? We've got this. This would be easy enough to stamp on. Or I could do a whole white stamp and then add it. Maybe something like that. To be continued. But I hope that gives you an idea, gives you a little inspiration of how to take a card kit and turn it into a scrapbook layout. Just adding, you can add more bits and pieces. You could add less. You don't have to do this. You could just put this beautiful bold color right onto your black, and you would have that amazing contrast the way we have there. It's whatever you like. The choices are and the possibilities, they really are endless, aren't they? But yes. Okay, so let me just add this back in and spotlight. There we go. And I am back. So that's my on the fly layout. Thank you. Thank you for helping me get through that, because it's, you think about what you're going to do, you kind of plan, and then I was looking around, it's like, oh my gosh, I have not unpacked anything. Never mind getting something ready. I don't even have stuff out to use if I have the idea up here. So the paper pumpkin kit was perfect for that, because I did have it out the other night, and most of the papers were from the kit. So, all right. Thank you so much for joining me. Please leave me a comment and let me know that you have stopped by. And I will try to get a little bit better about letting you know when I'm going live. But Wednesday at 4 p.m. is always the goal. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks very much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. Have an awesome evening, everyone. Bye for now.